watching B4UWKND.
Chris Brown was asked to be part of the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game and then was uninvited because apparently the sponsors, NBA said they're not sure about how the sponsors are going to feel if he were to be part of the starting lineup. The sponsor for the NBA All-Star Game was Ruffles. And Chris Brown went to Instagram and said, well, that's weird. He called them out straight. Ruffles then said, we don't decide who's part of the celebrity lineup, which is probably weird because if you're putting millions down for All-Star Weekend, you probably are deciding who's part of the lineup. My only question I wanted to ask for something like this is, we know why they would uninvite Chris Brown. I think the only question with something like this is, when is it okay to uncancel someone? Because how much work must someone put in for you to go, okay, guys, but he's still...
Let me tell you, and it's because you brought up this specific name. After some time, there are situations, there are individuals that have been quote-unquote uncancelled, and people let them do. Chris Brown is now doing it to himself. It's his fault at this stage. Because eventually, it's like, slowly but surely, people got into conversations and were like, whether it's he admitted to the conversation. It's not that he denied whatever happened. There were whatever consequences at the time. He's lost a whole lot of money where that's concerned. We already know that. Okay, cool. Time has gone by. Okay, Rihanna said, okay, sharp, But then you start doing these other things. Do you get what I'm saying? Just on the brink of people saying, you know what? All right, cool. You do another stupid thing.
Yeah.
So, obviously Chris Brown is one of the most talented individuals. Like, that's a conversation we can go on. It does, irregardless. It doesn't matter what's happened. Like, he's one of the biggest, most selling, etc. Right? One of the most talented. And especially after the incident with Usher, I was like, bro, it's not necessary though.
Yeah.
Like, that it isn't. Like, now you're doing this thing, and you're a certain type of person, and you're doing it to yourself. Nobody can stand up for you, bro. Nobody. And that's my disappointment though with the Chris Brown conversation. Not that it's not on the scale that it matters, but like, that's just my disappointment. To be like, you had the opportunity to just keep chiming and doing your thing, putting that thing where it was, and where you got into a pocket where you were speaking about, of course, and admitting to the fact that this went down like this in the third, But just when in the window when everything could have been fine, you could have been at a 60 or 70% where everybody was like cool with it. Of course, the 30 feel whatever, even probably based on personal experience, that it's a little bit difficult for them just on that basis, and that's understandable. You go and still do half of the nonsense you do. So for me, that's the problem. It's actually, in context, it's beyond that incident.
You're watching B4UWKND.